Welcome students to our new YouTube channel Pharma Tech, the division of excellence. So in the last video we see the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, that means NSAIDs. So in this video we will see the drugs for cup from NSAIDs. So let's start for the drugs for cup. So the cup is a protective reflex for the expulsion of respiratory secretions or foreign particle from air passage. Then the drugs pharyngeal. The pharyngeal demulcents. These drugs demulcents and shoot the inflamed tissue of respiratory airways, mucosa, and gives symptomatic relief from dry cough. The lozenges, linctuses, glycerin, and licorice are used. So next see the expectorants, also known as mucokinetics. These drugs increases the bronchial secretion or decreases its viscosity, improve facilitation of its removal by cupping. Next is the bronchial secretion enhancers. Examples are sodium or potassium citrate, potassium iodate, guaifenesin, balsam of Tolu, Wasaka, ammonium chloride. Then mucolytics, and the example of mucolytics are bromohexine, ambroxyl, acetylcysteine, and carbocystine. Then next we see the antitussives. They are cup center suppressants. These drugs raise the threshold of cup center, and the class are opioids. And the example of opioids are codeine and pholocodone. And the second one is non-opioids, and the examples are clopidogrel, noscarpine, and dextromethorphan. And the third one is antihistamines, and the examples are chlorpheniramine, diphenhydramine, and promethazine. So promethazine, chlorpheniramine, and diphenhydramine are the antihistamines for antitussives. So next is the adjuvant antitussives. They are salbutamol and terbutaline. So the salbutamol and terbutaline are the adjuvant antitussives, means cup center suppressants. Then next see the bromohexine. Bromohexine it is a derivative of vaccine obtained from Odotoda vesica. It depolymerizes the mucopolysaccharide and decreases viscosity and improve mucociliary action, removal of respiratory secretions. And the side effects of bromohexines are rhinorrhea, lacrimation, gastric irritation. And the dextromethorphan is L isomer. It is analgesics, and D isomer is shows the antitussive. So let's start from the chapter NSAIDs. The inflammatory disorders is asthma, and in that we see the drug used in asthma. So in that we first see asthma. So what is asthma? Asthma is an inflammatory disease of the airways in which the mucous membrane and muscle layers of the bronchi become thickened and the mucous glands enlarge, reducing airflow in the lower respiratory tract. Then next we see the signs of asthma: severe episodic dyspnea, shortness of breath, chest tightness or burning with wheezing. The next we see the drug used in asthma. The first drug is bronchodilators, also known as sympathomimetics. In that sympathomimetics are used. They are adrenaline, ephedrine, isoprenaline, salbutamol, terbutaline, bambuterol, salmeterol, and formoterol. And the mechanism of action of these drugs are they are agonist action on beta 2 receptors, and then activation of adenyl cyclase, and then increases intracellular level of CAMP, then next bronchodilation. And the adverse effect of these drugs are cardiac stimulation and tachycardia, and also increase the blood pressure. So the next is methyl xanthines. So methyl xanthines, in that theophylline, aminophylline, theophylline ethanolate of piperazine. And the mechanism of action of methylxanthines drugs are they are bronchodilators via inhibition of phosphodiesterase, that means PDE, also known as phosphodiesterase. It increases CAMP and also by antagonism of adenosine, a bronchoconstrictor. And the adverse effect of methylxanthines are gastrointestinal distress, abdominal pain, nervousness, anxiety, insomnia, high dose produces arrhythmia. The next drug is anticholinergics. They are atropine, methonitrate, ipratropium bromide, and tiotropium bromide. And the mechanism of action of anticholinergics are the blockade of M3 receptors in bronchial muscles, and it inhibits IP3 DAG pathway, and it decreases intracellular level of calcium 2 plus, that means Ca2 plus channel, gives and also bronchodilation. And the adverse effects of anticholinergics are dry mouth, bad taste, and nervousness. Then next we see the leukotriene antagonists. In that, drugs like montelukast, zafirlukast, and xylitol. And the mechanism of action of these drugs, montelukast, zafirlukast, and xylitol, is they are antagonistic action on LT1 receptors. It prevents from leukotriene mediated bronchoconstriction and recruitment of eosinophils. And xylitol 5-LOX inhibitors, it blocks LTC4 and D4 as well as LTB4 pathway. And the adverse effect of this montelukast, zafirlukast, and xylitol is the allergic granulomatous anxieties, that means Churg-Strauss syndrome. The Churg-Strauss syndrome is the adverse effect of montelukast, zafirlukast, and xylitol drugs. So the next one is must cell stabilizers. In that, sodium chromoglycate, that means sodium chromoglycate, nedochromyl, and ketotifen, they are H1 antagonist. And the mechanism of action these drugs, that means mast cell stabilizer, is it inhibits degranulation of mast cells and also inhibits release of inflammatory mediators, prostaglandins, leukotrienes, and PAF interleukins, etc. And the adverse effect of mast cell stabilizers are bronchospasm, throat irritation, and cough. Then the next drug is corticosteroids. And in that the hydrocortisone, prednisolone, becomethasone, dipropionate, budesonide, and flunisolide are the drugs. So in corticosteroids, hydrocortisone, prednisolone, beclomethasone, dipropionate, that means dipropionate, budesonide, and flunisolide. So these drugs, and the mechanism of action of these corticosteroids are after the penetration of cell membrane, it binds with cytoplasmic receptors, and the receptor complex migrate into the nucleus and bind with chromatin, and it gives the transcription of specific mRNA, immunosuppression, that means cell mediated immunity suppression. And the adverse effect of corticosteroids are hoarseness of voice, dysphonia, sore throat, asymptomatic or symptomatic oropharyngeal candidiasis, that means candidiasis. And next we see the adrenaline and ephedrine, that means alpha plus beta 1 plus beta 2 receptor agonist. In that, isoprenaline, only beta 1 plus beta 2 receptor agonist. And the second one is albuterol, levalbuterol, pirbuterol, and terbutaline are rapid acting beta 2 receptor agonist and used in prevent or treat acute bronchospasm. And Levobuterol is R enantiomer of albuterol is claimed to less cardiac side effects, and the salmeterol and formoterol are slower and longer acting beta 2 receptor agonists useful in preventing nocturnal asthmatic attack. And the last one is bambuterol is the prodrug of biscarbamatate ester terbutaline. So here is the end of this topic, drug used in asthma, that means asthma. So hope you like this video. If you like this video, please comment in comment section and share this video more and more to your GPAT aspirants and also for CET aspirants. So thanks for watching this video. So stay tuned for next video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Welcome students to our new YouTube channel Pharma Tech. The